Hey guys, it's your boy Ace of Spades. Now, today I'm gonna explain to you guys what inspired me to start making music, okay? So I'm gonna break down my full story very slowly and explain to y'all how it was, okay? Alright, so let me break this down. So it all started when I was 5 or 4 years old, okay? So I was like 5 or 4. I started hearing instruments and stuff. I started hearing music and I'm like, you know what? I think this is really cool. I want to see what it's like to be a musician. And apparently that's when I found out that like I've been okay, how can I explain it? So I found out that I was on the spectrum that a lot of famous people are on, and basically what happened is I found out that I'm have high autism, which basically means that like I'm like really like smart and that I'm like really talented. So I started training myself, right? And then I believe the first instrument I ever played was the drums. So this is when it all started. So I was 5 years old, okay? So I went actually I think it probably could have been 2014 too. So I think in 2014 I had my very first drum instructor. I don't remember the name of that person, but then after that I had another drum instructor, but then I had one more drum instructor, and I have been having this drum instructor for 10 years. His name was Brian. Brian, if you're watching this, man, I love you, bro. Like you made me like really talented in drums, and I appreciate everything you did for me, man. And I hope that like I could keep playing drums with you, and yeah. So, anyways, so then I started playing drums. Now, I started off using this thing called the practice pad, which is essentially a drum, but it's not like a real drum. It's like a little octagon shaped drum with like a little pad on it, and then we started learning rhythms and I started learning my music theory and stuff, and yeah. So, that took a couple of weeks to learn, but after a bit I mastered it. So, after that, we started playing on the actual drums, and I started playing. Let's see. So I started playing on the drums, and I learned a bunch of songs and stuff, and I learned a bunch of rhythms and grooves and stuff, and that's what happened. So then we go to my very first talent show. The year was 2015. I was playing at a beauty pageant in my city. I was very little. I was very little, guys. So I started playing, and my very first song I ever played was Wipeout. I covered the song Wipeout on the drums. And then that's when I got all these rewards. So from the beauty pageant, I still keep these to the day. I still cherish them. They mean everything to me. So yeah. So I was the person who got selected as the most talented kid in the talent show, the beauty pageant. So I told my mom, I'm like, hey mom, you know what? I think this is a cool thing. I got some trophies, so let's try again. Sadly, when I tried again, I didn't get any trophies. I only got some small trophies. I was devastated. I thought I was never gonna make it, guys. I felt so depressed and stuff, like oh shit, no one likes me anymore. I'm a loser. I'm this, I'm that. But then Brian saw me crying. I was crying. Keep in mind, guys, I was crying. I was very devastated, and he was like, "Look, man, like you don't need to cry. Like you already won again. You need to try to practice harder to improve again." So that's what I did, guys. So I started practicing drums. I started grinding. I started practicing drums more and more and more and more. Okay. Then after that, what happened is I did my next beauty pageant. We would always do the beauty pageant, and I was playing the Power Rangers theme, guys. And I believe it was the Power Rangers SPD theme. You see, when I was 5 years old, guys, I was a really happy person, and I really loved the Power Rangers growing up. So I decided, hey, Brian, you know what? I really like this song. I think we should practice it. And then we did. And then I went to a town show. I practiced it, and basically people loved it. A lot of people loved it. It was the most amazing thing ever. And then what happened is I don't think it was a beauty pageant. It was like a Soundstage 9 pageant, right? So yeah. So after I played that Power Rangers theme, I did something else that I did. So it all started at El Paso High School, which was another Soundstage 9 talent show. So what happened is that I decided to play Tequila, which is an oldie song. I really fucking loved oldies as a kid. I don't know why. Like, I felt like a fucking boomer, but anyways. So, I always loved oldies as a little kid. So, then me and Brian, we started playing Tequila. Now, I was crying on stage because, not because I was worried what people think of me, but because I heard the scary story of El Paso High School, and that made me lose focus and stuff. Everyone was staring at me. I felt humiliated, guys. Like, it was so fucking, so concerning for me. I'm like, oh shit, like people are gonna think I'm a crybaby and shit. Maybe people are gonna remember me. So yeah, that's what happened. Anyways, so after that, there was a big thing that started happening. You see, let's talk about the 2019. So 2019 was when on the news when the COVID-19 virus and shit had started spreading, okay? Now, this is what kind of got me isolated. Like, I haven't been really focusing on drums. By this time, I've been playing drums for like 8, maybe 9 years, or maybe 5. I don't really remember, but what I do remember is that this was a devastating thing that happened to us. So yeah, I was also in karate at the time as well. So yeah. Anyways, so back to the story. So what happened is that since we couldn't like perform in person, we did it on a stage. It was a Y2K performance, and this was when I was in my reggaeton phase. Like, my mom got me in a reggaeton and stuff, and I started listening to reggaeton, and then I started playing. I believe it was called Dile by Don Omar. And then this is the thing I didn't like. At back that time, I hated the 2000s, and I'm like, I hated the 2000s as a kid. Bruh, y'all know now I love the 2000s, bruh. If it wasn't for the 2000s, I wouldn't be inspired to be making the music I'm making today, right? So yeah. Anyways, what happened after that is that I was playing on the bongos. So I was still drumming, but not doing the drums a lot. So I started playing the bongos a bit, right? And then that was a good success. A lot of people loved it, and yeah, that's what happened. Now, anyways, so now we're gonna talk about the next phase I had. So the next phase I had was EDM. You see, my mom used to listen to a lot of EDM and rave music as a kid, and I'm like, you know what? This shit sounds really cool. I want to be making music like this, right? Now, this is what happened. I remember clearly. There was this one song I liked. I believe the name of the artist who made it was David Guetta. And I heard Titanium for the first time. My little child brain exploded. I was like, holy fuck, this is big. This is what I want to do. This is what I think my passion is. I wanted to do this, right? So yeah, I started making EDM. So then anyways, so yeah, it was very big, right? So then I'm like, you know what? EDM is really cool. I remember that it was always the drop that caught my mind. Now keep in mind, this was when I barely started middle school. When I barely was in middle school, I was in 6th grade and stuff, and yeah. I think it was late 6th grade, early 7th grade years. And then yeah, that's what happened. And then after that phase, I got laughed at and humiliated and made fun of for liking EDM music. And basically what happened is I just stopped listening to EDM music. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm done being myself. I'm gonna turn myself heel. I'm gonna be a thug. I'm gonna beat up all those damn bullies that used to talk shit about me, right? That's exactly what I did. And then I turned into a thug, and then this is when I started listening to the rap music and stuff. Now, I remember in 6th grade was when I was introduced to XXXTentacion, and yeah, that was mainly the rapper I would only listen to. And then I started hearing Juice WRLD and shit, and yeah. And then a couple years later, I found out Juice WRLD passed away, Lil Peep passed away, and X, and I'm like, oh shit, And then as I was in 8th grade, I kind of took a break from listening to the rap music, like the emo rap. I was in 7th grade, I was more focused on the Lil Jon, the 2000s gangsta shit. Then in 8th grade, that's when everything changed. I was still a thug. In the beginning of the year, I was still a thug. I was. Now, what happened is that I was a badass. I ended up getting a lot of referrals. I ended up getting in trouble, so I was like, you know what? I gotta stop doing this bullshit. I gotta stop. So that's what happened. I stopped, right? And then what happened is that it got so bad that I got in trouble that I got sent to Cesar Chavez, which is a alternative school. And then that's when I started getting depressed. I'm like, ah, shit, like my school treated me like shit. My school is terrible. Like I fucking hate it, right? So, anyways, what happened is that this is when I started turning a bit emo, was because like I was so depressed at a point, like my mental health was just so fucked up. And what happened is that I made a suicidal outcry when I was in the UBH. I mean, not the UBH, not the UBH. We'll talk about that place later. The Cesar Chavez, because of all the kids that used to bully me. Like, I didn't want to go to Cesar Chavez. Like, I was depressed as fuck. Because, y'all, I was so used to my school. Bruh, they made me wear a ugly ass outfit. I felt violated. And I didn't even do anything, bruh. It was all because of a damn fucking rumor of a little fucking girl who was like saying bullshit lies, and then I got sent as Cesar Chavez because of that shit. I'm like, nigga, I didn't do anything wrong. Like, why people doing this shit, right? And then this is why, another reason why I turned depressed is because I felt like everyone thought of me as a fucking criminal, like my principal, Miss Vega, all that shit. I thought they fucking hated me and shit, right? 8th grade was a very dark point in my life, and then I started like getting depressed and shit. So after I make the outcry at Cesar Chavez, I went to a place that I would not expect that I would have been. I went to the UBH, a mental hospital. I saw so much terrible shit at the mental hospital, bro. Guys, I saw so much shit. And bro, I was like in the back of my mind, I was like, fuck, like I miss my family. Like I would always fucking cry, bro. I would always cry. Now, of course, I got bullied at UBH too. So what happened is that these kids are like, hey, stop being a little bitch, get over it, like you're here now, there's nothing you can do because you said that shit. Then there was this kid that was about to beat my ass. I remember. These kids all tried to beat my ass, tried to treat me like shit, abuse me, harass me, do shit sexually. Guys, it was to the point where I wanted to fucking end my life for reals. Like, I was being dead ass serious about it. Because usually it was just I said it, right? It was more like a death wish. Like, I wish I was dead. Like, I wish I was fucking not around and the world would be better without me. Anyways, but when I was at UBH, it didn't turn into death wish anymore. It was something that I really wanted to do. I did have a plan too. And basically what happened is that, like, I was gonna relapse at UBH. I was gonna kill myself. I thought if it would be better to go to heaven than have to be in the UBH, right? And then there was something that changed me and made a very big impact on me. Is that I was introduced to God. I was introduced to the Bible. There was this kid, his name was Christian, and basically he turned me into Christianity, and I would always read the Bible every day. And here's the thing, I stopped crying, guys. Like, I felt better. I felt healed for once in my life, right? I felt healed, like I was with God, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna keep praying this shit every day, every day. Now, this is the thing, is that, like, before I went to UBH, my mom was dating a guy, his name was Josiah. He was like my stepdad. This guy made a very big impact on my life, guys. He made me turn to God, bro. He made me become Christian, and then I stopped doing it because of how depressed I was. I was like, fuck, I lost my faith. My life is going downhill. I don't know what to do, right? So anyways, after that, while I was in UBH, I was there until Martin Luther King Day. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was having trouble sleeping. I had sleep paralysis, lucid dreams. I had all that shit, guys. Very, very rough for me. And what happened afterward is that, like, I decided to like, I was having a bunch of roommates. Like, all these roommates were terrible. I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I don't want to be with a roommate anymore. So then I decided to sleep in my own room. And then what happened, everyone made fun of me. They're like, ha ha ha, bitch boy, you don't want a roommate, you're too pussy. I'm like, nigga, whatever the fuck you say. It's not that I was a pussy, guys. It was that these kids are very fucking mentally insane, and I just don't want to get involved with that. How am I supposed to sleep if these kids are gonna bam the damn wall, smack the damn wall like the Incredible Hulk while I fucking sleep? And I can't sleep with that. So I told the nurse, I was like, yo, nurse, like, can you move me and shit? Here's the good thing. I did make one friend at the UBH. His name was Isaac. I remember that. And then there was this kid, Marcos. Little did I know this guy named Marcos was related to one of my fucking ops I had in my middle school. Her name's Leticia. Leticia, if you're watching this, I do not want to see your face ever again. If you die, I'm not gonna care. I'm not gonna care, alright? I won't care. Honestly, I'd be happy. Okay? Anyways, so what happened is that, like, this kid, he wanted to beat my ass and shit. He would always hear voices and shit, yeah. And then there was another kid. he was a rapper. There was a kid that was in UBH. He became a rapper, or was a rapper. And I'm like, holy shit. I think I should be a rapper. Like, this shit's really cool, right? Now, by that point, I was really good at roasting in my middle school. I was like Eminem. I was dissing people. So, yeah. Anyways, so what happened is I heard Lil Peep for the first time. My mind just went crazy. I'm like, holy shit. This guy's emo, but it's rap. Like, emo and rap, they don't go together, so what the hell happened, right? So then, little did I know, is that I started finding interest in Lil Peep, and I went to listening to the depressing rap, and I just fell in love with it, and then that's what inspired me to do this shit. Now, I'm gonna take it a little bit back. So after I became a drummer, I started getting into like making beats. Now, I started using a software called BandLab. I had it on my computer. That's where I would always make my shit. It was always EDM music. I'd always make EDM. So after that, a little bit, like, I just stopped making EDM, like, I grew out of it. Then what happened is that, like, I started DJing. I believed I did 3 gigs. One of them, my very first one, was at Soundstage 9 again. It was at the Soundstage at the mall. And basically, when I first did it, I got a big-ass crowd. Everyone went fucking crazy. When I played The Drop of Animals, everyone went crazy. Everyone, y'all. I'm not saying this, like that. I'm being dead ass, y'all. Everyone went crazy. Everyone was enjoying the beat. I was hyping up the crowd. Now, my mixing wasn't really as good as it was. But then after a while, I did it again. And then when I went to the Solana Mall, I made more audience. I made this shit go crazy. I made that shit explode, y'all. And, bruh, I would always play EDM. I even gave myself a name. DJ Crazy J. That was my DJ name, okay? Because, you see, this is what y'all don't know. Y'all probably have seen my Purge mask. This shit, I got this mask because it looked like DJ Marshmello. You see, I used to love listening to DJ Marshmello, and that's what inspired me to make a mask. Like, I wanted to be a mask DJ, and I thought if I should make it more gothic, more scary, more horror themed, and that's when I created that mask. So yeah, also I was inspired by the Purge to make that mask. Anyways, I didn't wear the mask a lot, but if y'all remember, when I first started this channel, I did have masks. Now, this was before I became a YouTuber and all this shit, right? Now, what ended up happening is that after that gig at Solana, I did a gig for Halloween. I remember this shit straight up. So, I was at Bel Air High School, right? And then I was in a Ghostface costume. I was playing Halloween stuff. It was a hit. Everyone loved my music. I started realizing that high schoolers are the people I should get for EDM, because, like, they're type of people I liked it. Now, keep in mind, I started to get a little bit emo. Like, I wasn't as emo as I was, but then I got very emo and stuff, and then little did I know that was the last DJ gig I would ever do. I'm hoping to do more in the future, but it depends. I'm still trying to think whether or not if I should go back to making EDM. Anyway, so after that, a lot of people liked me, and then this is what my manager Roger was like. He was like, yo, dude, like, a lot of people like your music, like, where can they stream it and shit, right? And then I started saying BandLab, right? And then, yeah. So, it was on BandLab, and then that was my main. That's where I would make all the music and stuff. And I tried to do FL Studio. I tried learning Ableton, but I just never did it because I thought it was, like, very difficult. Because if you don't know how I make my rap beats, I just take samples that I find in packs, and then I just clash them together. I pitch them down, and yeah. Then I write my guitar riff. Now, when I was in 6th grade, this is when my guitar passion started happening. I'm going to talk about, so this was before I became a DJ. So, I was always into playing guitar, right? I was a beginner, but yeah, after the next year, guys, I was just a pro at it. Like, I learned so fast. It was like I was meant to play guitar, right? Now, I don't know if this is the reason why I'm good at guitar, but I remember my family told me I have a mariachi in my family. A great-grandpa's a mariachi. And I'm like, you know what? Why am I so damn good at guitar, right? And y'all, I found out the reason why I'm good at guitar is because I have a musical ear. And then after that, I just got inspired. I'm like, hey, Mom, I want to do guitar lessons. Now, keep in mind, when I was 5 years old, I did try playing guitar, but I didn't like it because of the damn blisters. I was a little pussy about it. But then I started getting used to the blisters, and I just started becoming a champ at guitar, and then I started listening to emo music, bands and stuff, and I just fell in love with rock music, and that's why I did it. But then, this is what happened afterwards. So after that was the DJ stuff, the beat production, like I told you guys. And then what happened after that is that I started rapping after I left UBH. I'm like, I'm gonna be a rapper. Now, I didn't have a story to tell when I was a rapper, but then I went to outpatient. So this was after the UBH. I met this girl named Mia. I'm pretty sure y'all heard of her. She was my girlfriend, and we started talking a bit. It all started off, she was like a friend, right? Now, she was a very shy kid, like when I was at UBH. She was like 14. I think I was like 15, 14. Anyway, so yeah, I was 14. I think she was 13. I don't really remember. But what happened is that like I started making friends at outpatient. Like I loved outpatient so much I didn't want to leave, guys. Like I felt like there was people I could actually relate to who knew my story and shit. And then that's when I started forming the group with my friend Carlos, Isis. Yeah. So I started doing a group and stuff, and yeah, and I loved Mia so much. I had a crush on her that I'm like, I finally confessed my love. I was like, hey Mia, look, I think you're really cute. Like, Shawty, I think you're pretty. Like, so then we started dating, and then this was keep in mind this was when her sister Angie started going in. Then what happened is that Angie was like, okay, but you better not break my sister's heart. If you do, I'm gonna kill you. I'm like, I didn't break their heart. Like, Mia just was so fucking ungrateful that she decided to like be like, you know what, fuck it. You're too cleany. You're too annoying. Get out my face. That shit traumatized me. That made me way worse. Like, I should have listened to my family, right? This is the thing, y'all. I was desperate at that time. Like, I just wanted a girl, bruh. Like, I wanted a shawty, bruh. So that's why I did that. And then after that, a couple of months later, we got back together, but then we broke up the next day, cause so yeah, it was like an in and out cycle thing. And then I told myself, you know what, my heart's fucked up again. I don't think that like I'm gonna love for a long time. I'm hoping when I go to high school that maybe I'll find a goth girl or someone that I could actually relate to, who could actually understand what I'm going through and stuff. And yeah, so that's my story. And then after that, Carlos, we started fighting and stuff. We all went our separate ways after we all got discharged. So yeah. And then but the friend I thought that was I liked the most was Isis and Angie. Like, they just I was this is the thing is I only had one friend who was a boy, but most of my friends were girls, cuz like I thought that I feel more comfortable with girls and stuff. So I started hanging out with girls. And before y'all roast me in the comments saying, ha ha, you like girls, you're femme, I'm not, okay? I don't know. I just got used to it, okay? Anyway, so after that, the group went their separate ways, and we started fighting, and yeah. But then after that, like, I started talking to Angie again, like, cause we all we're fighting and shit, because I roasted Mia because I wanted to confront her for fucking with my friend's heart, Carlos. Carlos isn't my friend anymore. I had to call the cops on him because he threatened me. So yeah. Anyways, so that's what happened, and then to this day, I still think about the past and like I'm stuck in it, and that's why I rap, okay? And I just figured I'd tell y'all my story and stuff so y'all could kind of know what I was going through, and hope y'all have a good day. I love you guys. Peace.